All right, today we are cracking open the playbook, the one you need to actually win in the super crowded world of AI content. I mean, if you've ever felt like you're just shouting into the void, you're definitely in the right place. Let's dive in.
Honestly, this is probably the most important question for anyone making content about AI right now. Why? Because your competition, well, it isn't just human anymore. And the sheer volume of stuff out there, it's just staggering. We're talking about millions. That's how many pieces of content related to AI are getting published every single day. So, yeah, standing out takes a lot more than just having a good idea. You absolutely need a rock solid strategy.
And that's exactly why we've got to think of this as a battlefield. Seriously, the prize here isn't just getting a few eyeballs on your stuff. No, it's about being remembered. It's about becoming the go-to source that people trust for AI insights.
Look, using AI to help create content, that's just the baseline now. It's table stakes. This stat right here proves it. So the new frontier, the way you actually win, it's not about being the fastest anymore. It's all about strategic mastery.
Okay, so where do you even start with a strategy like that? Well, just like any great campaign, it all begins with one thing, knowing exactly who you're talking to. Because let's be clear, the AI audience is not just one giant blob of people.
Instead, you can think of it as being broken down into these, let's call them tribes, right? Are you trying to reach the business innovators on LinkedIn who only care about the ROI? Or maybe you're talking to the creative pioneers on YouTube who are hunting for the next cool tool. Or, hey, maybe it's the super technical architects who live on Reddit. Figuring out your tribe, that one decision dictates literally everything else you're going to do. So once you've nailed down your who, the next logical step is figuring out your what. This is your content arsenal, right? We're talking about the specific formats that are actually going to grab the attention of the tribe you picked. So for those business innovators we just talked about, nothing, and I mean nothing, speaks louder than results. They're not interested in promises. They want cold, hard proof. And that's what makes the data-driven case study your absolute best weapon to prove your value and build up that all-important credibility. Now, if you're targeting the creatives or those curious explorers, your job is a little different. You've got to make these abstract AI concepts, well, tangible, real. And a great visual narrative, something like an infographic, is perfect for this. It just cuts right through all the complexity and makes your point land, like, instantly. And then you've got the technical architects, or really anyone who wants to get their hands dirty. For them, the practical how-to guide is king, no question. Why? Because it delivers immediate, actionable value they can use right away. And this right here is the perfect example of why those data-driven case studies work so well. Just look at what executives actually care about. It's efficiency gains and faster ideas. Bottom line benefits. Your content has to speak their language, and this is their language. This is how you connect your what with your who. All right, so let's recap. You know who you're talking to, and you know what you're going to say to them. But that's only half the battle, right? The next huge piece of the puzzle is where you're going to say it. And trust me, choosing the right platform is absolutely critical. And just look at the contrast here. It's pretty stark. LinkedIn is your professional powerhouse. It's built for those case studies aimed at execs. On the other hand, YouTube is the wild west of video, perfect for tutorials that can reach a way broader audience. So what's the big takeaway? It's simple. You don't have to be everywhere. You just have to be where your tribe hangs out. And listen, once you've picked your platform, you can't just show up. You have to master it. And these tips here, they aren't just guesses. These are proven, data-backed tactics for LinkedIn. I mean, 5 times more engagement just for using their native video. That's a massive advantage you can't ignore. And engaging with comments in that first hour, that's you telling the algorithm, hey, this post is valuable. It's these little details that separate the amateurs from the pros. Okay, this next part is where we put all the pieces together. We're going to move beyond just single posts and individual tactics and start talking about how to build a real, cohesive, long-term content engine. One that actually builds on itself over time. So the real key here is to work smarter, not just harder. Here's how it works. You start with one big, meaty, comprehensive piece of content. That's your core piece or your pillar. Then you atomize it. You chop it up into smaller, bite-sized posts for Twitter and LinkedIn. And after that, you expand on it. You turn those core ideas into a deep dive video for YouTube. See? One single idea can fuel an entire campaign.
So, what does that growth actually look like in practice? Well, this framework here gives you a super clear roadmap. For the first 1 to 3 months, it's all about one thing: building a solid foundation. You're establishing your content pillars and just being consistent on a couple of platforms. Then, once that's solid, you move into the expansion phase. That's when you can launch video, start building an email list, and even begin to monetize.
You know, this quote just nails it. It really gets to the heart of this entire strategy. That frantic race to be the first one to post something, it's a losing game every time. The real, sustainable, long-term win, that comes from having a deliberate plan, being relentlessly consistent, and never, ever losing focus on providing real, tangible value to the audience you chose to serve. So at the end of the day, the future of AI is being written right now. That whole conversation is happening with or without you. But here's the thing, you now have the playbook, you've got the tools, you have a massive opportunity in front of you to actually help shape that conversation. So the only question left is, will you?